Alrighty, so it is, let's see, what time is it? 5:30 on Monday, May 13th, 2024. My life is rational, okay? So I have always led a very rational, forward-moving life that has been goal-oriented and sequential for the entire 51 years that I've been on this earth. My life has never been about conspiracy theories, weird things that could or could not happen to people, et cetera, et cetera. And the result of that is that I've had quite a successful scientific career. I've finished a Bachelor of Science degree in 4 years, which is the normal amount of time to finish a bachelor's degree. Majored in biological sciences at a state university, went on to find work in the scientific research field a few months after my graduation from college at the age of 21. So I did get my bachelor's degree at 21. I was hired at Harvard Medical School a few months after graduation. Worked at Harvard Medical School as a research associate at the master's level for 9 years, and then switched over to another institution within Harvard Medical School, Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, and worked at Dana-Farber as a research associate for another 5 years. So what is 9 plus 5? That's 14. 14 years of my scientific research career was spent as a research associate performing cancer research in the field of angiogenesis, tumor biology, and oncology drug development for 14 years. Then I switched over to the biotech sector and worked for another 4.5 years in the pharmaceutical and biotech industry, also doing scientific research in oncology drug development, autoimmune drug development, etc. I have co-authored over 13 published research scientific studies in the field of science, and 1 published scientific research in the field of clinical psychology, because I then went into a PhD program for clinical psychology, was in that program for 5.5 years. So I have a doctoral level education in clinical psychology, did not get the PhD. I left with a PhD ABD, which is basically you finish all the requirements of the program except for the dissertation and the clinical internship, which, take like 2 years to complete respectively. So a lot of people leave without finishing their dissertation or their clinical internship, but they still have the PhD level education with an advanced master's degree. My point is that the stuff that I talk about happens while I am in the course of engaging in goal-oriented, logical, sequential behavior. Okay. So even though I was not well today, I was up all night due to a lot of disruption, violent slamming noises from the thug directly below in 76, intense nonstop smoke and fumes of marijuana and burning rubber and cigars from the wall behind my kitchen sink, which is the bathroom of Unit 78 that has been housing a known psychopath, cyber criminal, and sex offender named Jasmine Irizarry since 2013. Everything I say about her is verifiable. You either talk to the police about it or you talk to management about it, and that is where the information comes from. Irizarry is not a normal person and engages in a lot of aggressive harassment, stalking, and disruptive behavior directly against that wall right there at all hours of the day and night, and that prevents me from sleeping. So even though I didn't get much sleep last night, I did manage to get a little bit of sleep today, and now I am focusing on professional activities and, projects, basically. And while I've been sitting here over the last 20 minutes, signing up for research studies, registering for market research that can pay me a decent amount of money, the same exact psychotic use of some type of electronic assault device that Irizarry, who claims to be an engineer and who I've been informed by management is a cyber criminal, has been using for the last 6 years now, has resumed. Okay. So when you're in the middle of doing something that is perfectly normal, right? So right now I'm signing up for market research studies, returning emails, sending emails, making phone calls, checking my voicemail, etc. This is all normal behavior. Someone who is not normal and who is a verifiable psychopath and even a career criminal, according to her handlers at the Greenville Group, she is really talented and can hack into anything. Okay, so that's not normal behavior. Hacking into other people's electronic devices, that's a criminal activity. She has been using some type of remote capacity electronic assault device on my person, not just over the last 20 minutes while I've been in the process of trying to sign up for research studies, sending emails, checking voicemails, etc. But she's also been using this remote capacity electronic assault device since 2017, since November of 2017. I remember when it started happening because at the time I actually thought it was my router. The proper scientific term for an electronic assault device that has remote capacity is actually a directed energy weapon. I've never physically seen these things. I don't know what they look like. I've just done a bit of research to figure out what the heck is going on, because this always happens when I'm in the process of minding my own business and trying to get stuff done. Okay, I'm not schizophrenic. I'm 51 years old, and I have had an extremely successful career, not just in scientific research, but also in clinical psychology, and have worked in both fields successfully for years. Okay, so you can't be schizophrenic and crazy and hold down jobs in two concurrent scientific fields. Somebody would latch onto that pretty quickly, and you would be on their radar as somebody who can't be trusted in terms of your professional activities, your research, your results, your findings, etc. I would never have been able to co-author 14 scientific studies in two separate fields of science if I was actually schizophrenic or delusional. When you publish scientific studies, your findings have to be 100% accurate, and not just accurate, but precise and reproducible, precise enough to be reproducible. Otherwise, your studies don't get published. So let's just fact check what I'm saying right now. Yep, so here we go. Here's my name, if this camera will focus at all, which now, of course, it's not, because the person who likes to disable it when I need to use it to do something useful seems to be, there we go. So there's my name. There's Harvard Medical School right below it. Okay, so do you see that right there? Isabel Eckelhofer, Department of Pathology, Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, and Harvard Medical School. There's only one me. That's my middle initial. Okay, so when these psycho hate stalkers who don't stop commenting on my channel repeatedly make comments about how I am delusional and schizophrenic and crazy, no, because you know what? I never would have gotten these jobs and kept these jobs for as long as I had them. We're talking 9 years, 5 years, another see, there we go. Harvard Medical School, Department of Pathology, Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, Harvard Medical School. Do you see that? There's my name, morons. Let's talk about my research studies. Here's one right here. The neurotransmitter dopamine, and there's my name. Do you see that right there? Co-author. Let's click on the link and see what the article is actually about. That's just one of them. Okay. So I have another 12 of those with my name on them as well. So here's the title of the study. The neurotransmitter dopamine inhibits angiogenesis induced by vascular permeability factor and endothelial growth factor. And then there's a list of authors. Basu, Sujit, there was Janice Nagy, there was me, there was Christian Sundberg, I believe, Susan Bliss, and Deborah Bhatta Mukhopadhyay, among others. Okay, so I've always worked with multi-ethnic groups of researchers, and people who think that I am racist are just letting their stupid show. I've worked with researchers from all over the world, and you can see that list right there. Next to my name, there's everybody else's name. Okay, and the lead investigator on this project was Sujit Basu, actually. He was from India. So there's a multi-ethnic team of researchers, and my name is right there in the middle. And the title, again, is The Neurotransmitter Dopamine Inhibits Angiogenesis Induced by Vascular Permeability Factor and Vascular Endothelial Growth Factor. See that right there? There's my name right there. And this was published in the Journal of Nature Medicine in 2001, I believe. So 2001, here's the abstract if anybody's interested. You can't do research of this caliber at the master's level and be schizophrenic, delusional, and paranoid. And because my name was the fourth name down, I was a fourth author. That means that I did much of the work on this study. The people with their names lower on the list were the ones who didn't really contribute much and were maybe just providing the lab space or providing some of the research materials, such as cell lines, reagents and things like that. Okay. So there's my name again, right there, fourth author down. This was published at Harvard Medical School in the journal Nature in 2001. So now let's talk about the mentally disturbed, low-life hate stalkers who refuse to leave my channel alone, even though the videos that I post have nothing to do with them. I have no idea who these creeps are. They're all males. It's always the same group of like 5 or 6 males that literally make dozens of comments on every video that I put out without knowing anything about what I'm talking about. And they sit there and just say that I'm crazy and paranoid and delusional, which is verifiably not true. It is so verifiably not true that anybody who subpoenas my medical records will find absolutely no psychiatric history whatsoever. And I, as I keep mentioning, have an extensive career in scientific research, which is predicated upon extreme accuracy and basically favorable results with the research that you're doing. Otherwise, your studies would never be published, okay? So we have Uncle Muscles here. He's constantly commenting. I have no idea who this creep is. He obviously has issues with women and a very boring, empty life. Otherwise, he wouldn't constantly comment on my videos telling me that I'm crazy. He also completely misinterprets what I'm trying to say, doesn't understand the point of the videos that I'm making, and keeps telling me that I'm delusional and paranoid and that the problem is with my brain. Well, no, it's not, because I have successfully co-authored 14 scientific studies in 2 separate fields of science, while Mr. Muscles here spends his wasted, empty, boring, rejected life making nasty comments on all of my videos, trying to gaslight what I say and telling me that I'm crazy without being a psychiatrist himself, or even having, gone to college, as far as I can tell. There's also this other nut job named Kevin. I suspect that Kevin lives in this building because he keeps making comments about, oh, management told me this and the office told me that, and shouldn't really know any of that unless he lives in this building, okay? So for some reason, this camera is just not focusing on the text on this phone, and I think that that is not an accident, because it was focusing just fine before I started trying to illustrate the hate stalking low-life scum on my channel who can't stop stalking my videos and making defamatory and false comments on my mental health. My mental health is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with observing crazy stuff that happens in your environment and making videos about it. I mean, you would too. If somebody kept breaking into your apartment and stuff would get moved around or would go missing, you would document that. You'd make a video. You'd take pictures. You would call people. You would let law enforcement know, right? So how is that crazy? So there's some creep named 12. I have no idea who this creep is. The same people keep commenting on all these videos. So more comments from Kevin. So Kevin commented, okay, Kevin commented, blah, blah, blah. Kevin has no life. Kevin has some serious issues with women. Kevin is a psycho stalker. Is there another one from Kevin? I mean, he makes, okay, yeah, here's another one from Kevin. Then there's another comment from 12, okay. And let's see who else. Joey Love, he's another nut job hate stalker who doesn't stop making comments on my videos. I don't respond to these idiots anymore because they literally have some stalking issues and don't like women. All they ever say is that what I am posting is incorrect, even though they don't live here and they know nothing about what I'm experiencing, and that I'm crazy and need to get the help I need. No, I don't need any help, you pathetic morons. I'm the one with the PhD level education in clinical developmental psychology, and you're the nut jobs that won't leave my channel alone. If you don't like what I say, stay off of my channel. It's that simple. So now we've got more comments from Uncle Muscles. Okay, right here. Uncle Muscles, right here. He can't stop commenting. BCat, another psycho hate stalking nut job that refuses to leave my channel alone, even though my videos have nothing to do with him. And he's obviously too stupid to understand why I post certain things. And Uncle Muscles is too stupid to understand what I'm saying in my videos. He literally takes things that I say and twists them around and then says that I am, delusional and schizophrenic. Absolutely not. There's absolutely no way that I am schizophrenic or delusional when everything that I say is physically possible. These are not things that are, Martian related, or I'm not talking about unicorns. Here we have 12 once again. These are these psycho male low-life scum hate stalkers who make multiple comments on my videos. Kevin, here's Kevin. Okay. Then we have another, let's see, Dr. Steve Turley, Joey Love. He makes comments on my videos. Doesn't stop. Kevin. Then we have Kevin. It's like unreal. Then we have BCAT again. Yeah, these nut jobs just won't stop. Another comment from 1-2. That's like the 10th comment he's made on my videos. I have no idea who that guy is. I don't know any of these people. I have no, Kevin, right? There's a Suki. Don't know who she is. Wow. Uncle Muscles again. It doesn't stop. So like all these people, right, that just keep commenting on my videos, I don't know who they are. It's always the same people. Suki. Why would anybody who I don't know who Kevin, okay. Then we have Joey Love. Then who else? Kevin again. Kevin just can't stop. 1-2. Okay. Uncle Muscles. BCAT, Uncle Muscles. Joey Love. Don't know who that creep is. Kevin is a miserable, no-life, low-life hate stalker who can't even spell properly. I mean, I can't spell because I don't see, so sometimes I make errors, but I certainly know how to spell properly. I mean, I can spell, I just make errors. Typing errors are perfectly normal if you are legally blind. Okay. We got another one from Joey Love here, and we have another one from Kevin. Okay. It's always the same 5 Uncle Muscles. Here's another one from Uncle Muscles. Older. So this is like several days ago now. Kevin, again. Who is this Kevin creep? I suspect it's a sex offender next door in 88. Joey Love. Do you see a pattern here? I don't respond to any of their comments because nothing that they say is true. They don't know me. They never will. They have no idea. Uncle Muscles, right? There's that creep again. He doesn't stop. Uncle Muscles is the worst. Why does he even spend all his time and energy and focus watching all of my videos? It has nothing to do with him. Nothing that I post on this channel has anything to do with anyone unless I'm actually sending them the video. And we've got another one here from Kevin from several days ago. I mean, Kevin just has the most boring, wasted, empty life, obviously. And these are the same psycho scumbags who keep telling me, do you see more from Kevin? Look at this. This Kevin creep seriously has some issues with women. Then we have BCAT again. BCAT. How many comments from BCAT here on the same video? You know, people have mental health issues when they make multiple unresponded to unsolicited comments on the same videos that you post that have nothing to do with them. Do you see all this? Look at this. This miserable scumbag named BCAT. I'm assuming his mother didn't name him that. Won't stop commenting on all of my videos. We have Kevin. I mean, these are miserable, low-life scum, rejected hate stalkers, all men, who obviously have some issues with women. Okay? Nothing that they say about me is true, and they clearly have no knowledge of my professional, educational, and work history. Otherwise, they would know that it's not possible for me to be schizophrenic. Furthermore, schizophrenia develops in the early 20s when your frontal lobe is still developing and your brain structure is, firming up its neuro network as an adult. Your brain doesn't really finish developing until your mid to late 20s, and that's when schizophrenia manifests itself, if it is present. If you don't develop schizophrenia within your early to mid 20s, you don't have it. I never had schizophrenia. I never had bipolar disorder. I never had depressive disorder. Never had anything that could have possibly prevented me from getting a Bachelor of Science degree in biological science at the age of 21, within 4 years, then getting hired as a research associate at the master's level at Harvard Medical School, working at Harvard Medical School continuously for 14 years, co-authoring a number of scientific research studies, Then moving on to the biotechnology and pharmaceutical industry, which is really competitive, really cutthroat. And if you're schizophrenic or even slightly crazy, your coworkers will literally put your head on a platter and hand you your ass, okay? It's really, really competitive. Do you have friends at work? Yeah, I had great friends at work, especially when I worked at Biogen. But if you're not up to snuff, if people see that you're like somehow weak or you're slow or you're stupid or whatever, you don't last for more than a few months. It is a very cutthroat and competitive environment. So, did I work in scientific research continuously for 18 years? Yes, I did. Did I ever lose a job because I was having delusions and I thought that unicorns were coming to steal my lunch? No, because I don't have schizophrenia. I am not delusional. Everything that I mention in my videos is physically possible, and not just physically possible, but quantifiable and provable, right? So if you think that you're being attacked by a directed energy weapon, as I keep experiencing, and I've been reporting for years, then what you do is you get an EMF meter, okay? Because directed energy weapons emit EMFs. It's that simple. You get an EMF meter. They cost about $300, which is why I haven't purchased one yet. And then you can quantify the amount of electromagnetic output in your environment. You can literally get a reading, okay? Okay, so we finally have a female commenter here, and of course she's a hate stalker as well. I mean, it's possible for females to comment on my channel and be hate stalkers. Let me read what she wrote, because I'm not going to spend time writing. Look at all this that she wrote. She literally wrote a novel. Look at this. It is so long. She is literally rambling, and then she makes another comment. Her name is Suki. She makes another comment and says, high-tech stalking does exist, but that still doesn't prove your case. I'm sorry. Who asked her? I don't remember asking her. Who is she to determine whether or not proof exists in this case? She watches, what, 2 videos and then decides that she has, like, the right to make a long, rambling rant? She's the one with mental health issues. I keep saying the only people with mental health issues here are the nut jobs who come onto my channel, not invited. They don't have to watch the videos, right? If you don't like the videos, then don't watch them, you pathetic morons. And Suki is a moron. Sorry, hate to say it, but it's true. Anybody who calls me crazy and then posts this like 5 million word rant on my channel is themselves crazy, okay? So again, let's talk about this new hate stalker named Suki. Don't know who she is, but it's a female for once. It's not Uncle Muscles, it's not Kevin, it's not Joey Love, and it's not that other creep, 1-2, whoever that is. And Suki likes to think that she has the right to tell me that I'm crazy while literally spending like half an hour of her life writing this insanely long rant about how I'm crazy. Then she makes a second comment at the bottom of this really long one about how she thinks I'm crazy. Oh, wait, now it got taken down? Oh, got it. Okay, so there's 2 comments here from Suki. All right, so the first one, it's really long. So comment number 1, and again, the camera on this phone is refusing to focus very conveniently when I'm trying to dox the stupidity and insanity of the low-life scum who comment on my channel. No, I don't know you. So stay off of my channel. This channel is not for you. And if I don't know you and you start acting like a hate stalker, that's exactly what I'm going to call you, because I don't know you. You don't know me, so stop making comments about my mental health that you obviously know nothing about, and you're too stupid to see how insane your own behavior is, right? Look at this. Let's just read what Suki says here. I don't think it's very nice to call the people who give you views low-life haters, or to insult them at all. You don't know me or anyone else that comes across your very manic videos. Well, you don't know me, bitch, so stay off of my channel. If you really want me, and this is back to what Suki is saying, if you really want to prove anything, then obviously you need to get this woman on camera. I do have her on camera, you pathetic moron. I don't post them because she's on camera. And for legal purposes, I'd rather keep evidence that is actually evidence private. So Suki is stupid. She doesn't understand why I do things or how I do things because she knows nothing about me, right? Yet she presumes to make statements about my mental health on my channel while telling me that I don't have the right to make statements about the viewers who make statements on my channel. Okay, this is just idiotic. So let's go back to Suki's rant. Suki obviously also has nothing going on. Otherwise, she wouldn't have spent 30 minutes writing this insanely long rant and then writing another one right after it. Okay, so let's just see the two. So this is Suki's first rant. It's like the length of a novel. And then she adds another one right after that. Someone is crazy here. She's right, but it's not me. It's her. Because I don't go on anyone else's channel and make these ranting, nonsensical novels about how that person is crazy. Suki knows nothing about me, and she doesn't know anything about what I'm posting. She should keep her opinions and her ignorant, pathetic rants to herself. So I rest my case, guys. I'm not even going to give her the benefit of reading the rest of what she said, because it's pathetic how people who know nothing about me, do not understand why I do things or how I do things, sit there and tell me that I need to get mental help. I don't. I have the PhD level education in clinical psychology, and everything that I post is perfectly physically verifiable. Directed energy weapons exist. Surveillance devices exist. And these days, those types of devices are easily commercially available to anybody who might want to try to access them, right? Anything can be purchased on the internet these days, including little tiny surveillance devices, including directed energy weapons. There are YouTube videos on how people can make their own directed energy weapons by going to Home Depot and getting certain types of equipment and materials and doing it themselves. Everything that I'm reporting here is physically possible, and not just physically possible, but becoming increasingly mainstream. And the news reports have been commenting on these things, and it is certainly no longer the topic of conspiracy theories. It is now front page news when people in large numbers are all experiencing the same thing that is physically happening. All you need to verify if your neighbor is using a directed energy weapon on you, or what I call a remote tasering device, is to get an EMF meter. And the EMF meter will literally quantify the amount of electromagnetic frequency in your environment, okay? So just going back here to this rant by Suki, nobody has the right to tell you that what you're experiencing that is physically verifiable and perfectly possible, given the very mentally disturbed population of this building complex. And no, I'm not one of them. I moved in here way before the landlord started placing DPH and DMH inmates into the units around me, okay? It's sad to see somebody like Suki thinking that she has the right to tell me that what I report is not happening. Suki has not co-authored over 14 scientific studies at Harvard Medical School and at other very high-end biotech companies such as Biogen Idec, Merrimack Pharmaceuticals, Tolerex Pharmaceuticals, Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, and Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, okay? I have. That's a verifiable fact. So let's just go back to what Suki is, sort of mentally masturbating to. If you really want to prove anything, then obviously you need to get the woman on camera doing something illegal. But something tells me that's not going to happen. Dear Suki, I do have her on camera. I don't post those videos for legal purposes. I like to keep my actual evidence private. And then Suki continues to say, I know you don't care, and I can't penetrate your very strong denial system, but please understand that what you are going through is a mental health issue. Really? How is it a mental health issue? When someone who is otherwise completely sane, logical, and goal-oriented experiences things in their environment that are entirely physically possible and also highly likely given the inmates in all three adjacent units, then that is not a mental health issue. It's simply reporting disruptions and aggressions in the environment. Disruptions and aggressions, especially when they're accompanied by violent wall slamming, lots of marijuana smoke, breaking and entering, verifiable physical theft of items in the unit, that's not a mental health issue. That's your neighbors just being a bunch of criminals. There's a huge difference between reporting other people's crazy and being crazy. And these stupid nut jobs who keep making comments on my channel are too stupid to know this, okay? So my most recent job was 2 months ago, working as a retail associate at a major retailer. you can't be crazy and work in retail. People are constantly coming up to you and asking questions. You have to know the merchandise. You have to know exactly where to go to refer customers, to supervisors, to other associates, to other departments. You just can't be crazy or delusional and work full time. I worked full time for 3 months. And before that, I was a market research consultant getting paid $100 an hour. Before that, I was a legal consultant actually for a private legal firm that was doing research studies on courtroom proceedings. And I had to be at work every day from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. I had to take a lot of notes, and then I had to provide our supervisor with some very detailed analytical synopses of what I had observed during the day. Can you be crazy and do that stuff? No, you can't. Somebody catches on very quickly. And my supervisor, ironically, also had a PhD level education in clinical psychology, just like myself. And he did not think I was crazy at all. In fact, he valued my opinion and was giving me these little bonuses because he valued what I was telling him about the assessments that we were supposed to provide. Okay, so let's just go back to Suki here. What you are having is a mental health issue. I do have training in this field and have seen this type of thing many times. I'm sure it feels real to you, but I can tell you that no one is doing these things. It's really not possible. I'm really just trying to help you here. I'm coming from a place of compassion. It's so sad to see anyone struggling like this. And it's also scary to realize that our brains can just outright lie to us. Yeah, well, you know what? When you're a scientist and your brain lies to you, then your studies don't get published. Certainly not 14 times. And your coworkers also start noticing that maybe your brain is lying to you. So no, my brain is not lying to me at all. And other than the psychopaths and sex offenders in the adjacent units, I'm really not saying that this is going on anywhere else in the building. It's just pretty much happening in my unit because the Greenville group has chosen to place 3 very aggressive, psychotic, intrusive career criminals in the adjacent units to mine. Suki doesn't know this. Anyways, it makes us interpret things in a way that doesn't reflect true reality. What is true reality? Can she maybe define what true reality is? Is true reality her making comments on my channel about how she truly believes that I have mental health issues? Because that's not reality. That's her opinion. So what is true reality, right? I'm sure there are lots of hobbies and interesting things that you can engage in and share and maybe get your mind off of everything. Yeah, that's really nice, but I actually have a lot of other things to do besides engaging in hobbies to get my mind off of everything. My mind is focused on what it needs to focus on, which is, sending emails to employers, applying for jobs, like I was just showing earlier, putting in applications for research studies, conducting banking transactions, financial transactions, bank transfers, etc. So poor Suki doesn't seem to realize that I don't have any mental health issues whatsoever. That is a medical and scientific fact that is completely verifiable. And my hobby is actually these days applying for positions. So check out this email. Hi, Isabel. We've just posted a position in your area that matches your qualifications. I can't even see because this freaking camera is not focusing properly. Basically, it's a job, right? So I get all these job emails. Let's just see what my hobbies are, right? So applying for jobs is one of my hobbies. These are all job-related emails. And of course, the camera is not focusing once again. This is very convenient. All job-related emails, okay? There's nothing here that's like frivolous. Let me just click on one of these. Yeah, education consultant. So let's just see what the education consultant position is about. So this is what I focus on. And when I'm in the process of focusing on my life, my job search, my finances, my projects, going out with my friends, hanging out with people that I, have known for years, and then crazy stuff starts happening, like violent slamming noises. Yeah, here we go. Education coordinator, mental health specialist, education consultant, and other job searches for you. Those are all jobs that I perfectly qualify for, given my doctoral level education in clinical psychology, my Bachelor of Science degree in biological sciences, my master's equivalency in tumor biology and angiogenesis, and the many years that I spent working not just in the scientific field, but in the mental health field as well. I completed 3.5 years of clinical internship as part of my clinical psychology doctoral training when I was in my PhD program for clinical psychology. And therefore, I am a perfectly qualified and educated mental health consultant. So this, poor person who spent all this time commenting on videos of somebody that she knows nothing about, telling me that I'm crazy, I have mental health issues, and I need to get a hobby. Yeah, here's my hobby: applying for positions as mental health counselors, educational consultants, and other master's level positions, right? That's my hobby right there. So, do I have one? Yes, I do. Does it involve getting my mind off of the craziness of my environment? Well, my life is outside of this. My life exists outside of what happens in this unit. It's simply the psychopaths, the sex offenders, and the career thugs who live in all three adjacent units to mine that create disruptions, and that's what I report. That is not crazy. That is actually very logical.